The kettlebell windmill is a loaded mobility exercise and it requires two presuppositions. Number one, you need a basic layer of strength in your upper body and especially your shoulder. And number two, you need a basic layer of mobility in your shoulder, arm, and hip. The muscles worked are your shoulder girdle, the whole complex, but rather in a static form, and the hips, which are working dynamically. So because the upper body and the lower body work together in harmony, we could almost classify the windmill as a full body exercise. Let me demonstrate the lift. Watch. You start by bringing the kettlebell into the top fixation, and if I work with my right side, I rotate both my feet to the left side. Now I push my hips to the side. This is the so-called side hinge. My upper body rotates towards the front. I fixate the kettlebell with my eyes. My left arm connects with my left leg, and now I lower my upper body until I feel a great stretch in my right leg. And then I come back into the starting position. Two very important cues are to keep your working arm as extended as possible and to keep your back leg, which in the previous case was my right leg, as extended as possible. And this is where we get the idea loaded mobility from. So there's three big mistakes that beginners make in the kettlebell windmill. Mistake number one is failing to rotate the upper body and instead pointing the upper body down to the floor, which is a natural position, but then you're unable to keep the arm extended. Correct this by rotating your upper body to the front. Mistake number two is failing to engage in a proper arm extension. If you try to do this without any weights and you already feel some kind of tension in your shoulder girdle, then you might want to work on your shoulder mobility first. Mistake number three ties into mistake number one, and that is failing to engage in the side hinge. So beginners start bending the spine instead of pushing the hips outside and then lowering the upper body while keeping the lower part of your spine straight without any rotation. Now this requires a good kinesthetic sense. So in essence, pushing the hips outside, engaging in the side hinge, enables your upper body or the upper part of your spine to rotate as freely as possible while keeping the lower part of your spine safe. Once you have mastered the windmill, there's a couple of variations that'll give you a lot of bang for your buck. The low windmill is a great variation for beginners because it allows you to learn the movement first while even adding some load to a certain extent. When it comes to weight recommendations, beginners try to learn the exercise first unloaded in order to technically be sound and safe first. As soon as you've mastered the choreography of the windmill, females you can start with an 8 kg and males you can start with a 12 kg. While the kettlebell windmill provides a lot of benefits, you also want to understand that it is a fairly advanced exercise. That's the reason why we mentioned that you need a basic layer of strength and a basic layer of mobility. If you want to practice the windmill or even incorporate it in your workout, then set the timer for 2 minutes and alternate after every rep. Finishing those 2 minutes equals 1 set. Make sure you have adequate rest in between sets and do 2 to 3 sets for a great and powerful windmill workout. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it and consider subscribing, and watch out for the next video in this beginner series where we will cover the almighty Turkish Get Up.
The world of kettlebells is dominated by two training styles called hardstyle and kettlebell sport. Although vastly different in nature, they have been proven to work and give you the most bang for your buck whenever you pick up a kettlebell, if you understand them correctly and are able to differentiate between the two. If you are a beginner, this task might be understandably confusing. Enter the hybrid style and discover how to combine the best of both worlds. The hybrid style Masterclass is a 10-week practice-based online course that will help you take your kettlebell skills to an elite level, made in Switzerland. Learn what's been holding you back and how to become a versatile kettlebell master without having to piece together countless YouTube videos or rely on a gym membership. The price of the hybrid style masterclass is $397 per month for 3 months. Save 20% with a one-time payment of $997. We'll open registration only to a small number of new students every 3 months. Join the waiting list now to get access 24 hours before the general public. Link is in the description.